Have you noticed something quietly painful lately? Maybe hugs feel a little shorter than they used to? Maybe someone you love pauses just a moment before leaning in? It's subtle. No one says anything out loud, but you feel it. And when moments like that happen, a difficult thought can creep in. You start wondering if the problem is you, if you're doing something wrong, if you're not clean enough, careful enough, attentive enough. That silence can hurt more than words. What makes this especially confusing is that, on the surface, you're doing everything right. You shower regularly, you use good quality soap, you apply deodorant, you care about your hygiene, and yet there's still a faint, persistent odor that doesn't seem to disappear. Over time, that can quietly erode confidence. You might find yourself sitting a little farther away, skipping social gatherings, second-guessing close moments that used to feel natural. If any of this sounds familiar, I want you to hear something clearly from the start. This is not a failure. This is not neglect. And it is not a personal flaw. In many cases, what's happening has far more to do with biology than with cleanliness. Let me share a story. A viewer once wrote to me. She was in her early 70s, warm, thoughtful, and very attentive to her personal care. She told me that her family still loved her deeply, but something had changed. Her grandchildren still came close, but not with the same ease. And once, she overheard a quiet comment that stayed with her far longer than she wished it had. That moment didn't just affect how she felt about her body. It affected how she saw herself. She began avoiding gatherings. She stopped attending activities she once enjoyed, not because she wanted to, but because she didn't understand what was happening, and she didn't know how to fix it. What's important to understand is this. Her experience is far from rare. Millions of older adults go through something similar. They try product after product, they shower more often, they scrub harder, and when nothing changes, they assume the problem must be them. For decades, society has reinforced a painful and incorrect idea that body odor in older adults is a sign of poor hygiene. That belief causes unnecessary shame. Because when you're doing everything you're supposed to do and the issue remains, the emotional toll can be heavy. You start questioning yourself. Your confidence slowly shrinks. Simple, joyful moments begin to feel stressful. But here's the truth. What many people experience later in life is often the result of a natural chemical process, one that has nothing to do with being dirty. To understand this, we need to talk about what happens to the skin as we age, in simple, clear terms. Your skin naturally produces oils. These oils help protect and nourish it. When we're younger, the body has strong internal defenses that keep these oils stable. But over time, that balance slowly changes. As we age, some of these skin oils can interact with oxygen in the air. This process is called oxidation. You've seen oxidation before. When you cut an apple and leave it out, it gradually changes. Not because it's bad, but because chemistry is happening. Something similar can occur on the skin. This process can create a specific compound that researchers have studied for years. It has a very distinct character, different from sweat or underarm odor. And that's why regular deodorants don't always address it. This isn't about bacteria. It's not about shower frequency. And it's not about effort. It's about where and how certain compounds settle on the skin. Another important detail is that this compound tends to cling to natural oils. That means water alone doesn't easily remove it. And once it's there, it can also transfer to fabrics, clothing, bedding, towels. That's why sometimes the odor seems to linger, even when everything looks clean. And here's something else that many people don't realize. As we get older, our sense of smell often becomes less sensitive. So you might not notice what others do, not because you're unaware, but because your body is changing in another normal way. This combination can create a painful disconnect. You feel clean. Others react subtly, and no one talks about it. But understanding the cause changes everything. Because once you stop blaming hygiene, you can start focusing on strategy instead. In the next part, I'm going to explain where this issue most commonly builds up on the body and why nearly everyone overlooks it. And then, step by step, I'll share a practical routine designed to help you feel more comfortable and confident again. Now that we understand the cause, the next question becomes very important. If this is not about washing more, then what should we be paying attention to? The answer surprises many people. There is a specific zone on the body where this age-related compound tends to build up far more than elsewhere. Not because it's dirty, but because of how the skin functions in that area. This zone is often overlooked during daily showers, simply because it's difficult to reach and easy to forget. It includes the back of the neck, the upper back between the shoulder blades, and in some cases, behind the ears. These areas have a higher concentration of oil-producing glands. More natural oil means more opportunity for oxidation to occur over time. And here's the key detail. Most people wash these areas passively. Soap runs over them, water flows down, but they're rarely cleaned with focused attention. That doesn't make anyone careless. It just means the routine hasn't changed while the body has. Once you know where the issue tends to build up, the solution becomes much clearer. This is not about harsh scrubbing. It's not about strong fragrances, and it's definitely not about embarrassment. It's about a gentle, targeted routine. Let's walk through it together. First, pay attention to water temperature. Very hot water may feel comforting, but it can dry the skin and disrupt its natural balance. When the skin becomes too dry, it often responds by producing more oil, which can work against you. Warm, comfortable water is the better choice. Next, think about reach. Hands alone usually can't properly clean the upper back and the base of the neck. A soft, long-handled bath brush or a textured washcloth can help. Nothing harsh, just enough to gently lift residue from the skin. When you shower, take a moment to focus intentionally on this area. Start at the base of the neck. Use small, gentle circular motions. Slowly move downward between the shoulder blades. This doesn't need to take long. Consistency matters more than force. For areas like behind the ears, use a soft cloth and take a few extra seconds. These small folds often trap oil and residue without being noticed. After cleansing, rinse thoroughly. Leftover soap can combine with moisture and create discomfort later. Drying is just as important as washing. Make sure the neck, upper back, and skin folds are fully dry before dressing. Dampness creates the perfect environment for lingering odors. If your skin tends to feel dry afterward, a light, fragrance-free moisturizer can help support the skin barrier. This can actually reduce excess oil production over time by keeping the skin balanced. Now let's talk about something many people forget: fabric. Because this compound can cling to oils, it transfers easily to clothing and bedding. You might do everything right in the shower, but if towels, pillowcases, or pajamas hold on to residue, the cycle continues. Simple adjustments can make a big difference. Change towels regularly. Wash pillowcases and bedding consistently. Clothing that sits close to the neck and back deserves extra attention. Some people find that adding white vinegar to the rinse cycle helps neutralize lingering odors. Others prefer baking soda with detergent for deeper freshness. And whenever possible, letting fabrics dry in fresh air or sunlight can help reset them naturally. Beyond routine, daily habits also play a role. A diet rich in colorful fruits and vegetables supports the body's natural antioxidant systems. Hydration helps the skin function more effectively. Fresh air circulation in the home prevents odors from settling into the environment. Even stress matters. Long-term stress can influence body chemistry in subtle ways. Gentle movement, breathing exercises, or quiet walks can support both emotional and physical balance. None of these habits are extreme. They're small, manageable adjustments, but together, they create a powerful shift. And that's the most important message here. This situation does not define you. It does not diminish your worth, and it does not mean you're losing control. Aging brings changes, but understanding those changes gives power back to you. You deserve closeness. You deserve comfort. You deserve confidence in your own skin. If this information felt helpful, consider sharing it with someone who might need it quietly, without asking. Sometimes understanding alone can lift a heavy burden. Thank you for spending this time here. It's not about going backward, it's about moving forward, with clarity, dignity, and self-respect.